So, I'm going to see if I can't transcribe a created character from a player record sheet for BastardSword. This here. To a basic player template in the BastardSword VTT. I'm going to show a bunch of other things while I'm at it. So things like that the players would need to know when they're first getting started, like this, which is the macro bar here at the bottom. If they don't see the macros at the bottom, then they need to open that up and drag these, at least these 6, onto the macro bar for attack rolls, damage, skill, saves, guard, and dodge. We might use some others later, but not at the moment. That's all they really need. Okay, so for character creation, there are a lot of things that involve permissions that usually only the GM has, but they can make it so the player has some power over creating things. Whoops. There. So I've created a basic PC character template, which I then need to duplicate and then copy into the player section. And this player already has a name, so I will type that in. Got it. I've just picked a token which I've put somewhere, so here's one of the things that you should probably do. And I've already screwed that up. So if you're going to import things from your file system, you probably want to have a spot. Worlds is Foundry defined, Systems is Foundry defined, so is Modules. Maps, Images, and Adventures are things that I've defined. So there we go. This is where I want to store all of my token images. And you can click on these so that you can see them, or click on this so you can see them in better pictures. Anyway, so what you want to do is navigate to the place, if you're importing it from your file system, where you want them to be stored. Choose, go to my downloads. We're creating a mage, so when I do that, it imports it into here, and then I select that file. Now, if this is the first image that is imported, then it will be imported here and here for the image path for the token when you drop it. This is the character's image, but you can have the token image being different. This is a human female, so the vision's going to stay the same, light is going to stay the same, resources, hit points, and anima points. All good. Back to appearance, that's all good. Identity, change that to Muriel. Anybody hovering over it can see her name. The actor data is linked to the sheet, so that's a 1-for-1. She's friendly, and then always make sure you update the token. So that is set. I'll try to do some of the steps as we go through and see how that works. But some of the decisions I won't know. I won't know what decisions were made, except that she is female. Don't know the age. Speed, she's human, so that's going to be 30 feet. Size is medium. Height, weight, hair, eyes, I don't know. Level will be 1. Milestones will be 0. That's like experience points. These we'll get in a bit. But with that movement, that's not movement. This is move mode. It's preset to 30, so that's good to go. This is for the actual functionality of the drag ruler module. It needs a number, and that up there is just text. So I needed to duplicate it so to support that behavior in game. Alright, I think we're ready to transcribe. She is a human. There are no subclasses of that, so that's just plain human. That's going to produce languages, and I put that in other features, like that. She speaks her own language and one other. Her native language and one other. Humans do. So those are the ones that were chosen. Humans get a bonus boon. And in this case, eidetic memory was chosen. I'm going to go have a quick look and see what that does. I'm also going to put it up here just for the heck of it. That's probably redundant, but that's okay. So then I'm going to look up there we are. Level 1. You have to be level 1 to choose it, so from the beginning. You gain +1 bonus to all knowledge skills you possess, as well as gaining advantage on reason checks to remember past events and recall details. Okay, well, anything to do with advantage, I can't automate it. But this +1 bonus to all knowledge is a permanent bonus, so that I can do something about. And what I'll do is use the template items. Now, it's not a trait, it's a modifier that I'm going to do, and it is a boon. And I'm going to call it eidetic memory. And what I'm going to do is copy the description from the rulebook into there, and then tidy it up like that. Okay, and it's a boon. Well, so that put it in here. If I want it to go over here, I need to change that to class or racial, and it'll go over here. So I'm going to put it over there for now, but that's all it takes to change it from that column to that column, is to change that text there. It was a +1 bonus to skills, knowledge skills. So you see down here, all of the knowledge skills start with capital K, small n, colon. So this will add 1 to any skill that starts with that text, which is all of the knowledge skills. So that will fit the bill. And it is going to be always on, rather than resetting after each roll or resetting after every round of combat. And conditioner status, not so much. That's more of a grouping function than anything else. But anyway, this one is definitely always on. So if I do that, then it's recorded in there. But you can also see, or already see, both of those knowledge skills already have a value of 1. So that's good to go. What's the next thing on the sheet? The next thing, human. Bonus skill ranks, +1 per level. And where am I putting that? Here. I'm just adding things as they're needed. I mean, having eidetic memory there 3 times is a bit redundant, but we can tidy that up later. Alright, bonus skill ranks, +1 per level. Skill ranks, that's this column here. I'm going to edit that item and simply say, whoops, I'll scroll down. It's going to be a number plus reason +1 is how many skill points they get this level. And we'll figure that out later when we have that information, because we don't know what the first number is yet because we haven't chosen a class. But we'll come back to that later. Now, and racial trait. Racial trait. There. And you've probably noticed class, there are the racial traits. Putting those down there along with this one. Got them in the wrong spot. Now you see me clicking in various places. Once you've put text in a place, you need to click out and then into the next spot. It's just a painful feature. That's the best I could do. So bonus skill 1 per level. Okay, +2 to sense motive versus humans. So that's going to be conditional. So what we'll do is the same kind of thing. It's a modifier, a racial modifier. There we go. Drag that on, and we'll call it shrewd. It is not going to be always on, and it's +2 to the skill sense motive. Now, I don't need to type any more than sense because there is no other skill that starts with the word sense. So that's enough to do the trick. And we'll say, we'll just copy this. There. Okay. So when you roll sense motive, the option to select shrewd is included, and then you can toggle that on or off, and it'll give you your +2. And if you click on that, then it says you got 0 sense motive, but +2 for shrewd. So that's the way that automation works. Okay. So I think that's the racial traits. Yeah, I'm going to do the stats last because I really don't know where they came from. So the class is adept. And the subclass is hedge wizard. Wizard or witch? Hedge mage. There we go. So that's that. Their background is farmhand. And their disposition is conscientious. Okay. So we look at these. I've made these up for the dynamic characters, so you can just drag them on. However, there is already, let me close that, there's already one of these there. So what I can do is delete that one, and then just drag that one on. Except what did it say? Because it's not showing up, and it should. Character, level. Oh, right. It needs to only say disposition. There we go. And then it takes the first line. There we go. All set. Right. Okay. What else do we need to do here? Age, height, weight, hair, eyes, we don't know. Hero dice. Oh, what's the hero dice for an adept? Let's go have a look. There we are. Adept character class. 150 gold, that's useful info. Just not what I'm looking for yet. 150 gold. d6. Hero dice and plus 6 health. So we'll deal with both of those right now. Hero dice. d6. And you get one of them at first level, so that's all done. Health. You get 6 for your hit dice, and we'll total those all up once we're finished. Whoops. Skill ranks is 6 plus reason, so let's go do that. Offense and defense modifiers, there aren't any, so we leave those at 0, and they just plain stay at 0 up there. Class skills. All 3 knowledge skills, occult, craft, spellcraft, or a custom knowledge skill. Let's see what she has done. So 3 knowledge skills, all of them, which means I need to add that. I see all 3. I see occult and craft, spellcraft have all been chosen as class skills. Okay, so we'll do that. Which means we need to go get craft spellcraft and drag that on there. And what was the other one? Knowledge, history is the other knowledge skill. So we make those class skills. And then occult, that's another train only. Okay. And we know this person's going to be a caster, so while we're in here, and it's insight, not reason. So at INS, and then we can delete this stuff down here. Don't need it. All good. So, all 3 knowledge skills, occult, craft, spellcraft, or a custom knowledge skill. Okay. And because we are a hedge mage, it's definitely insight. Armor and weapons. Do not train to wear armor. They get no proficiency. Proficiency with clubs, daggers, light bows, and quarterstaffs. There we are. All good. Spellcasting. You can cast spells and read magic. See your subclass for specifics, and the magic section for anima costs. Choose your subclass. Okay. So that's it for, whoops, wait. +1 to reason, another for insight or vigor. Well, so insight, and what was the other choice? Sorry, reason, and either insight or vigor. Well, I don't know which one they chose because they have some in all. So we'll go with the 1 to reason, and because there's insight of 4, I think it probably went there. Note that when you're creating a brand new character, the total of this should equal 8. That's where where the bonuses and penalties end up. I think. All of the ones I've seen so far come to 8. There might be an exception, but I don't know. Hedge Mage. Yep. There we go. +1 to insight, and bearing as a preferred save. What were the preferred saves? I missed that. Let's go back to Adept. There it is. Preferred saves, reason and insight. Okay. So if we say reason is preferred and insight is preferred. Okay. And then we can go back to Hedge Mage. Okay. Bearing is a preferred save. So +1 to your insight and bearing is preferred. So bearing is preferred, add 1 to insight. Insight is your cast modifier. Yep, we got that. You gain plus insight bonus spells at level 1. Okay, we don't know what that's going to be. Plus insight bonus spells. I'm just going to put it in here because I don't know whether they're cantrips or not. Actually, that's a class feature, isn't it? So we'll call that plus INS bonus spells at level 1. Just so we don't forget. Salt of the Earth. Craft, cooking, and survival as class skills. Gain 1 rank in one of them. Okay. Survival. Craft, cooking, we need to drag on. It's a class skill. And where did they put the point? Craft, cooking has a point. Survival has a point, so I don't know where they put it. Doesn't matter, I guess. We'll figure that out. I'll say cooking. So these bonus spells I'm putting under miscellaneous rather than here, so that you can check that you're not getting more than 1 point per level in your ranks. Not more than 1 rank per level. And I think if you have bonus ranks, then you can exceed that value. So I could put 1 more in there as my point for this this level without breaking the rules. All right. Back to Hedge Mage. Wardness magic, you know how to make ointments, salves, bombs, and other herbal. That's the cooking. You gain advantage on heal skill checks. So when using the herbal items, you gain advantage. So we will record all of this and then delete stuff. Actually, I'm going to record all of that and then delete the stuff I don't want. So I'm just going to do that because we've already done it. Bearing is preferred save. We don't need that. Wise Wanderer. Cast. Insight. Oh, and we already have the gain +1 insight. So insight is your cast modifier. I'm just going to put cast in brackets ins and then this. There. Salt of the Earth. That's already explained. Gain +1 rank in one of them. Good. Hermetic Mage. When using herbal items, you gain advantage. So I'm just going to say ADV when using to heal with herbal items. There we go. Okay. You begin play knowing the recipes for 2 tonics from the following list. And which ones did she choose? Healing and antidotes, hermetic magic. Antidotes, healing. Okay, so we'll put, I think what we'll do, so this is information is available to the character. I will create a trait for the class because it doesn't have any benefits, and we'll just paste that in there and we'll call it antidotes. There we go, I think. Yep. Let me close that, and we have antidotes there. Just the full text, because we're in a hurry. I'll do the same thing for healing. So that's available there, information. Unconventional wizard. Choose 3 cantrips. 1, 2, 3. From any school of magic, as well as 1 tier 1 spell from any school. Pay normal anima cost for spellcasting. So we'll just put unconventional wizard as a class feature. Where did those go? Okay. get a spell there. Let's find out what those are. Okay, faster than typing them out. Detect magic. Magician's hand. Whoops. And light. That's a gooder. Followed by, whoops, cure, light, wounds. Yeah, not going to annoy this character. Not if she can be healing us. And we'll worry about the rest in a bit. Boons and banes. One of each. And she has chosen extra power, and merciful. Merciful basically means you can't kill somebody if they've surrendered. Extra power gives her +3 anima. So we're just going to record that. Nope. Extra power 3. For later. So that's the boons and banes, because this was a bonus, and then get 1 boon and 1 bane. I think we're approaching the end of creation. Farmhand. Didn't look that up. Well, let's just make sure I got this. Oh, that's down to level 3? Yep, we're good. Farmhand. Strong back understanding. 1d4 times 10 gold. Four. So 40 gold. Done. A farmhand. Come back. You gain 1 rank in the knowledge common skill. Knowledge common. That's a bonus. We'll put it in that column. Yeah, if you're looking at the addition, note that's a class skill, gives you 1. The attribute so far gives you 1, and this bonus gives you 1 for a total of 3, but it says 4. And if you remember, there's a +1 on all knowledge skills. That's not visible, but it's there. It's programmed in. Okay, what else? Choose 2 attribute boosts. 1 must be to vigor or insight, and 1 is an open. So vigor or insight, and 1 is open. Well, let's put 1 into insight and 1 into metal. And is that it for farmhand? Yes. Now, I also need to look up human, but I'm just going to scroll up until I... dwarf, elf, gnome. Come on. Pete's sake. There we are. +1 to any two, -1 to another. That must be where that other thing came from. The -1 prowess is the -1. And 2 other attribute bonuses. Let's add 1 to bearing and 1 to vigor. And then we'll see at the end we get another 2 final wrap-up bonuses. So we'll add 1 to the vigor and 1 to insight, and then we're matched with their choices. Oops. Yeah, okay, that's good. So that's correct. Let me just check. -1 and 1. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8. So that seems valid. Now we get plus insight bonus spells at level 1. Well, insight is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have a look at the sheet, see what they ended up choosing. There. That'll make that a little easier. Well, we took the 3 cantrips, we took the 1 spell, and we've only gotten 3 spells. We are allowed 4. So let us do that. Magic Missile. Protection and shield. And we will figure out what we want to take for that last one. In the rules, where the heck are spells? I haven't dealt much with spells. They're probably here-ish. Nope, not yet. Equipment. That looks like spells. Weapons. Schools of magic. How do I find tier 1 spells? Nope. Maybe it's there. Okay. What looks neat? Ooh. I've always liked that one. Magic stone. Pass without trace. Produce flame. That can be awfully handy. Ooh. Remove fear. You know what? I think I'm just going to leave it up to the character to figure out, the player, which of those really useful spells they want to take. And I'll just leave the question mark there so they know. Alright, so if thew is 0, that means encumbrance is 500, that's 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,000. Strong person. Well, average. Okay. What else are we missing from the character sheet? Nothing that I can see there. Nothing written down there. That we've got. I know we've done those, we've done those. We haven't done this, but I already have dagger on the sheet, both thrown and melee, but I don't have a quarterstaff. We do have those. We haven't done this yet, so we might as well do that. Health. So I have a little thing here that helps. Keep track. No thew, no agility, 2 vigor. So -1 and 2 is 1, is 6 is 7. 7. And I just prep for the next level with a vigor of 2. That will then become 9 on level 2. Of course, if you choose to increase your vigor to 3, then that'll have to change. But anyway, this is at least a forecast. So that means they have 7 and 7. 7 health. Anima. Reason. 1, 4, 1, 1 is 7 plus 3 is 10. And with a metal of 1, that will become 11. So that's 10, 10. And you have to do it in that order, because if you change this one to 0, it automatically caps that one between the minimum and the maximum. So you have to do it maximum first, then the current. Alright, so that's set up. Initiative, if I just edit that AGL, then it'll automate based on agility. So if I had changed the agility to 1, then it would automatically change a whole bunch of things. But the agility is 0, so good to go. I don't know about helmet. I think there's no armor allowed. No DR. Youch. Definitely protect this poor thing. Okay, so melee dagger, thrown dagger. Now we need a quarterstaff. So I have some attacks. They're not weapons, they're attacks. So that's why the dagger melee and the thrown dagger are 2 separate items. I'm just going to take the club and use that as a basis. I'll need to change this. Let's go find quarterstaff. There we go. A D6 blunt. Times 2, 20 coins. I don't have the coins here. Price from 0 to 2. Okay, brace, melee, reach, two-handed. Okay. Oops, not a club. And then I'll change the picture. Fortunately, Foundry produces or provides a bunch of basic images. So, let's choose something a little bit foresty. That looks good. I'm thinking that one or that one. Yeah, I'll go with that one. Nah. Like that one. Good enough. And then, because I don't have one, I'll add it to my pile of pre-created weapons. Okay, what are we missing? These numbers all look good. They're pre-calculated, the hero dice. We have 1 hero die, and if you open it up, it says it's D6. Initiative, helmet, damage reduction, youch. Whoops. I think I calculated that right. We'll worry about that one later. Human farmhand, adept. I think that's it. No, it's not. Skills. You twit. My reason is 1. So, 6 plus 1 plus 1 is 8. And where are they? Craft, spellcraft. 1. I'm just going to put this off to the side. Of course, I have them in alphabetical order, so that's heal and 1 each for the knowledges. Is there 1 in occult? Yes, there is. Oh, 1 in nature. Nature's another train only. Nature. Put 1 in that. Nature occult. Sense motive. There we go. And survival. And then we have cast and craft cooking. That seems like a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I see what's going on. Some of the class skills have had the +1s put in the miscellaneous column, and some have not. I think we might have mixed some of those up. Well, let's figure it out then. If you want sense motive, definitely take that. Survival is a class skill, doesn't have to be trained. But, let's see, occult has to be trained, nature has to be trained, so that's 1, 2, 3, we want that one. Let's take that one out for now. So 1, 2, 3. That does not have to be trained. Take that away for a moment. That one does. So we're definitely adding that in. Heal, yeah, I think so. Craft, spellcraft, that's a really good idea. Has to be trained anyway. Craft cooking has to be trained, but we get a bonus skill, so that's trained. But that's her potions and whatever making skill, so we probably want to keep that one. And cast. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need to lose 1. It's got to be this one. Because that's must, must, must. We could lose this one, but that's key. Probably want that. That's a good idea. Must train, so have to take it. Have to train, have to train. And wanted sense motive. I think that's it. 8. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have the class skills are automatically added, and then we had those 2 bonuses. One for a knowledge skill and one for craft cooking. Okay. I think we are done. Apart from choosing bits of equipment, and that we can do at another time, although 1 quarterstaff is probably included. So I'll just write that down. 20 CN N, and then put a space. Okay. Right, that's me done. Thanks for watching. Cheers.